what planet are you from? At this moment, what planet are you on? What emotions are you currently working with on this planet? I know that's a crazy question, but we are multidimensional beings and we are experiencing unique experiences. And I sort of like to every day kind of see what planet is circulating my auric field. So we're going to see what is circulating your field and what emotions you're currently confronting because of that experience. So, resources, Mercury resources. So, you are on the planet of Mercury. This is Gemini. This is Virgo. Virgo is, and then you've got some Taurus energy here. So you are looking at, I would say, career, and you're looking at your resources, and something is being offered to you from this perspective. Only there's messages and omens coming in, and they're leading you to your destination. As those messages start to come in, the question is can you harness the samadhi of the inner guidance? Meaning, can you merge your higher self with your lower self in order to stay in alignment? Are you chasing something that you're already doing? Is what I'm getting from this. Are you chasing something that you're already doing? Okay, so where there is ruin, there's hope for treasure. So rough time, good outcome, everything will work out okay. Okay, and so that's the thing, is you are surrounded by active energy, whether you see that as angels or spirit guides or universal flow or ideation through that creative flow. That is what is happening around you right now. You are in Mercury. So everything's sort of slowed down, right? Look, this is a tent. And so you have planted a tent, right? It's like you go somewhere to stay for the night. And so you're on Mercury right now. And everything on Mercury is sort of at a stillness, right? Sort of stagnation, so that you can receive a planet of meditation, contemplation, reflection. Take a moment to reflect on what skills that you've harnessed, what you've cultivated within yourself. There's the apple, right? Wisdom, knowledge, the tree of knowledge, the tree of wisdom. Inheritance is here. The outcome is in your favor, but again, notice the tent. You're inside the tent. And I do want to see where you are on your timeline. The abyss. The abyss. And that makes sense, right? The abyss, see the circle, right? So it's like you're circling. But on the tree of life, this is the space between 3 upper sephira, the supernals, and the other 7 below, if that makes sense. So the abyss forms a separation between the upper worlds, where everything exists on a purely spiritual plane, and the lower worlds. Things become more formed and ultimately manifest in the physical world. The abyss is a barrier in both directions. It keeps what does not belong in the other side from crossing over easily. That is so important. Like, if you let something in too quickly, it loses its honor and its integrity and its respect. So sometimes that stillness and that contemplation regulates that energy so that when you do enter, it's sustainable, it's longevity. That does not mean that it cannot be crossed, only that to do so takes special preparation and work, right? So you're doing that right now. It's like a nervous system upgrade. It's like ascending into a higher frequency. Your nervous system needs a moment to regulate and catch up to that frequency. Abyss lies in the Da'ath of mystical bridge and spans the abyss outside of Yet within the tree of life. The abyss is also a place to release that which should not exist at all or no longer serves a purpose. It's a cosmic recycling zone. Wow. This is a whole story. So metaphorically, you're on the planet Mercury. You are weeding out what no longer serves you, taking a moment to rest and rebalance. It's like you're on a quest, you're on an adventure, only it's an adventure of meditation and contemplation, reflecting your wisdom, looking at what resources you actually have and how to take those resources and really impact. Like what can those resources really impact? How can you use those resources wisely? And all that's going to come in. All that's going to come in. We're also going to draw a star seed because I want to see purpose. I want to see the purpose here. Yep, there it is. I remember. Soul plan. The fated life versus the destiny life. Look at that. That's you inside the tent. It always blows my mind how seamless the energy is, how it comes out so perfectly aligned. And we spend so much time questioning, but if you're going to have faith, you don't get to pick and choose what you're going to have faith in. You just get to have faith. So I remember. There was a moment before you were born when you chose the conditions of the life you're living right now. When you plotted out these exact moments along the timeline of your life. We live in a world of free will. And therefore, these moments become our destiny only through saying yes. The fated life is the one we were born into. The destiny life is the one our soul chooses, and it takes courage and faith. If you pull this card, it's because you're likely now face to face with the choice to follow the destiny life over the fated life. To trust the path your soul is calling you toward. And to remember that this moment was prearranged on your life's timeline. You may find yourself at a crossroads, at a moment when you're being called to make a decision, to keep walking the perfectly laid out path before you or choose one less traveled. You may be facing a change of career, a new relationship, a difficult decision, or something else that requires courage and faith. You're being invited to remember your soul's greater plan and to surrender to it. When you're confronted with a path that's undefined, it's normal for doubt to rear its head. In fact, this is a certain sign that you're facing your soul's greater plan. Every hero in his or her life journey comes eye to eye with doubt. The only way around it is through it. It's all part of the larger plan. What are you being called to do to surrender to your soul's plan? Looking at your soul's plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. That really hits home because I'm like, the fated life versus the fated life is like, you just let it happen. You just let it happen. It's just going to happen. You just inevitably, your life is just going to unfold and it's just going to happen. But the destiny life is you carving the path less traveled. Like you have this big vision and you are being given the building blocks for this big vision. Do you have the courage to execute that bigger vision? Or are you just living the fated life? That's a really good question. Something I myself would probably want to cultivate and contemplate and meditate on, because that's a huge factor in our lives. That's the free will. You can just let life unfold just however it does, or you can ignite it and initiate it with your passion, right? That doesn't mean that you're forcing it. It just means that you're taking a bigger step than what you would have taken. Rather than sitting back as a passenger, you're becoming the driver. But regardless of that, both are worthy, both are value, both are meaningful. Ascendant. Goodness. I feel like this is very career oriented. Oof. Oh, look at that. 2 cards pulled out. Okay. Nice. Okay, so I pulled the Ascendant, which is that is the outer world. That's your career placement. The Ascendant is how you are in the social arena. Ascendant. Okay, so the final part of the big, so the key words here is authentic, mask, journey, life, filter, expression, and interactions. So when the Ascendant appears in a reading, it is telling you to be your most authentic self. You have so much to offer the world, and you shouldn't be ashamed of who you are. Don't wait until your time here is almost over before you start actually living. Throughout life, we all encounter people who don't like us. And it isn't worth giving them a second thought. Put your energy into your own personal development, and the right people for where you are in your journey will find you. And then these career cards just popped out, right? So you have timing. It's all in the time, and it's all in the timing right now. So pull another card to see if you need to do it now. Wait a while or make a different decision. Progress. It seems like a long slog, but your efforts will pay off soon. Stay on course for at least a few more months before making a change. Brilliance. You discover your own genius by breaking away from the grind to follow your own inspiration. Your ideas bring recognition. Well, if this isn't confirmation, I don't know what it is, but this is pretty awesome. So I'm going to say this is very career oriented, but still asking you to sort of sit back for just a minute. You are clearing out some energy. It's like when you're in the progress, when you're making progress, you're still during that progress sort of weeding out what's not serving you. That's okay. That is okay. You can just weed that out. Okay. Take your time. Last quarter moon in Libra, so make time for self-love. Make it time. So you are bringing in balance. You're being asked to make time for self-love. You're in this tent right now, right? You're being given an opportunity to review what you have, review your resources. You want to put those resources to good use, whatever that means. And this planet Mercury is contemplation, review. Again, you're clearing out you're in the recycling zone, so you are regressing, maybe doing some regression, filtering out what's not serving you. You're getting ready to step into the limelight, so this is the space where you cultivate the intimate self. So you are in that space, cultivating the intimate self. Okay, we're going to look at a chakra, so sacral. So connection and belonging. Devotion to the self. So right now you are in devotion to the self, and you're really asking like what next steps you should take. Right now, don't take any steps. Just sit back, relax. You are receiving the downloads. I would journal for sure right now. See what your higher, lower self has to say. My heart was already broken when we met, so every small gesture from you can trigger pain that feels 10 times worse than normal. 3 of Swords. So you are processing some grief. You are processing some pain. That doesn't mean you're in the heal. You're already healed. I don't ever want anybody to sit there and say, I'm still healing. No, you're not. The healing happens in life. The healing happens in connection. The healing happens when you're learning how to play an instrument, when you're in the moment of reflection, when you're in the bath taking a shower, in the shower taking a shower, when you're driving down the road, when you're going, like healing is happening in real time. I don't know how many people I have to heal. Like sure, it's important to step back, take some time, reflect, but it's really a lot better when you integrate that sort of ritual reflection in your daily life. This way you're not isolating. We weren't meant to walk this path alone in any way, shape, or form. There it is. So right now you are clearing energy blocks and you're activating those higher chakras. So I would say stay the course. You are in a moment of rest for a minute, but this is going to turn out in your favor. The rough time, the good outcome, everything will work out for you. Remember who you are. Remember your value. Make time for self-love and allow this recycling to continue until you'll be illuminated. You don't know what you don't know until you know. So, mwah. I love you so much. See you in the next video.